Hey guys, I am back to do another video, and I wanted to touch on something that the Holy Spirit has led me to do. I wasn't going to do it, but then, like, anytime I kept thinking of what I was going to talk about, this just kept coming back. And it's something that I battled with discussing because it's one of those things, you're redeemed, you're restored, you don't feel these ways anymore, but the enemy will come in with a little bit of embarrassment of wanting to share some of these deep, dark skeletons in a closet. So I wanted to touch on something that a lot of you, if you follow me on my channel, have heard me talk about, but I never got into like the serious details of it. And Mary and I were talking about how a lot of people, I guess, that she mentors have went through this. So I figured maybe this would help somebody. So for a long time, I have suffered, well, I should say I had suffered with an eating disorder. And this came from many things, but I want to touch on this with a few videos that I'm going to be doing because I figure this might help somebody. Because I always looked for content based off of this and I never found any. And I used to think I was abnormal because of the things I did, but I didn't realize there was other people out there that went through this. So, basically, growing up, I came from an Italian family. So we ate, you know, more carby type of food and things like that. And I remember my nanny was always very scared to have us get overweight because of diabetes. And, she was always in panic mode of fear because a lot of people would get diabetes from being overweight. So if I would like maybe want extra pasta, she would say, no, honey, you don't want that. That's men get more, but not women. Like, because in her family, that's typically how they handled things, like the women. So it was generational. A lot of people had suffered with it in the family. So it then was passed down to me, to my mother, to my aunt. It would just keep spreading. It was generational. It was a generational curse. So it was something that I suffered with for many years. I had boyfriends that I would get with, and I was never overweight, but I was curvier, where there was girls out there that were built like Victoria's Secret models, and I always envied them and I wanted to be built like them. And I remember at school during lunch, that was when I was introduced to bulimia. I never did it, but I seen girls would go to the bathroom after they ate, and I seen, oh my gosh, you could just eat and get rid of it like that. But I was too afraid to do anything like that. So what I did in the meantime was pretty much just restricted them. And then it turned into a cycle that became more intense. I was restricting, exercising a lot, but I never got to that bulimic part yet. So it was more like just restrictive behavior and afraid of food, things like that. And I struggled with body dysmorphia a lot too. So I'm going to get into more details pertaining to kind of what happened and how God restored me and how I thought, before I had start working with Mary and Aaron, like I thought to myself, like there was no way that I ever would get through this because I lost so much. And a lot of it I had to do all by myself and it was awful. I wasn't alone, but I had God. And it was so awful because it was like he was delivering me from so many things at once. And what you don't understand, guys, is everything is being worked for your good. So I never thought he was ever going to, in a journey of like, you know, losing everything, your marriage and stuff. I never thought that that would mix with eating disorder and how he was going to use that to deliver that. But I had to trust the process. I have more details on this, guys, and I am going to get into it going forward. And I hope you enjoy and I hope it helps somebody because a lot of women I know struggle with this, and I know a lot of men do too. So I hope that this helps somebody, and I will see you guys in my next video. God bless and shalom.